Greetings, everyone. So, lots of stuff's going on. There's good news, there's problems, there's lots of distractions, there's lots of things going on. But in short, this is a quick video. I'm not quite sure how quick it will be, but I just want to give everyone a little update. And well, firstly, the most important thing is concerning Planet Green Valley. We're still trying to get the last set of figures. I think there's 2 or something like that. We're trying to secure, some of them. Sent off a message, got some reply back that they'll be ready later, like the end of the month or next month or something like that. And then so I sent the reply back, and I haven't gotten word back, but at least there's some sort of feedback going on. Secondly, if anyone wants to go ahead and cancel their orders and get a refund, depending on how the refunds were done, how the payment was done. If it's through PayPal, it's pretty easy. If it's through credit card, because of the length of time being more than a year, a lot of credit card companies don't want to make it easy to do a refund. So we're looking into other options, whether that means using another thing. I think Chase has something called Zelle, something like that, where you can transfer money from one person to another with just name, email, and phone number. Either we'll use something like that, or I'll go ahead and write a company check kind of thing and send it through snail mail. But so we're looking into options like that. So if anyone wants to go ahead and cancel and get a refund, we will honor all the refunds. So no one loses their money, at least. So this is not like Kickstarter. It's not like a risk like that. So now, with that said, I do know that we're not going to be getting the full amount of Planet Green Valley figures. I'm not quite sure what will be the end number, but it's not going to be everything. So I'm not quite sure what to do when that occurs. Do I cancel everyone's order and let everyone start fresh again? In other words, cancel everything, and then only those who did the pre-orders, would be eligible, but put them on the site or something, or send out an email to everyone with a list of what is available, and let people select a few off that list, or I'm not quite sure how to handle that. So I would appreciate creative ideas and things. I'm trying to make as many available, but I know it's not going to be everyone, So the other thing is concerning orders on Die Warriors. They are going out. I am about to start a laser cut for bridge parts, and so I hope to have that done for tonight. And people who ordered the bridge sets with the floors and everything, I hope to have their orders out tomorrow, or end of day tomorrow, or something like that, tomorrow night, something like that. I will have to go through and clean up the pieces and things. See what else. On the way coming back, the VSS did suffer some damage. It's not this much damage. It's but it gives me an opportunity to move to the next stage for the VSS, which will be more production. So what I want to do here is, and I've already started is redesigning the some of the beams and things that were used. Well, not some, all of them, and make them so parts don't have to be glued, that they can be simply screwed together, and you can make a large structure. What I have here, this is the prototype, and this is what I took to JoeFest. And the parts are glued together, so I'm trying to disassemble it completely. Some parts I have to break because the glue doesn't want to separate cleanly. So, but I'm not, you know, how would I say? Um, I'm more annoyed by it because I have to spend time breaking it, and I spend a lot of time putting it together. But it was because of it is such a large project. I don't have the space to keep prototypes, so I have to break it down and build it up. But the build up is going to be the newer redesigned beams, more friendly for people to disassemble at home, or even to do other projects with. If they don't want to do the VSS items, they don't have to. They can use these building materials, these beams and such, for other projects. And so I'm going to make that available soon. I'm in the process of basically removing a lot of these oval. Let's see if I have one. Yeah, these oval like ports for attaching other parts, and especially when it comes to attaching a beam, and replace them with screw holes. And I need to get some screws as well. So I need some. I'm looking on Amazon for some Allen screws. What they're calling them these days, torque screws or cap screws, with with one of those hex type hex head, I guess you could say. So I'm looking to redesign all of the beam parts, and so when I get that done, I'm going to be reprinting everything. I'm going to try to salvage some parts for the VSS that don't really need to be connected through the screws. That's going to be things like the door parts here, the ceiling part, because that is removable, doesn't need to be attached. But everything else I'm going to try to do with screws. So I'm going to try to get that available on the store as I do them. So as I start to build the VSS, I'm going to be printing additionals and putting them on the store. So if anyone wants to build what I'm doing as I am doing it, it'll be available. Let's see, what else? And what else did I say that this video was going to be about? Oh, let me see if there's any comments too. I do really bad. I keep forgetting about comments. Okay, let's see. Right here. See more. Yeah, state of orders, VSS machines. Oh yeah, machines offline. So as you know, I have a small print farm, and about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, something like that, there was a hurricane passing through. It became like a tropical storm or hurricane, maybe like Category 1, something like that. It was coming our way and then went to the Gulf Coast side of Florida and went up Florida that way. So we got a lot of wind, a lot of rain. So we got some tropical storm type conditions, or thunderstorm in most cases. So the power was still going up and down, wind blowing power lines, things like that. I didn't lose internet, I didn't lose power, but I could hear the power fluctuating. I have everything on emergency battery backup, so you can hear the relays clicking on and off every time the power triggered one of these battery backups. So something happened. I don't know what. I'm assuming something happened there. And we have like surge protectors connected to the printers. So it goes from the battery backup to surge protectors to the printers. And it seems like at least 2 out of 3 of the surge protectors that are protecting these mini printers, not the big ones back here, but the smaller ones, have gone bad. And I'm not quite sure exactly how, or these are smart surge protectors, so they connect to internet devices. I can control them on my phone. And for some reason, they're listed as offline. 2 out of 3. I have, I think, 5 of them. One of them is okay. The other one is one that's connected to the machines behind me. And the other 3 are connected for these machines. Oh, actually, I have another one in another room with some older 3D printers. I gotta check on that one. But so some of them I do have offline on purpose because I'm not using it. But the ones that I have for these printers, they're listed as offline on the phone app. I can manually turn them on. They turn, one button turns on multiple devices, so all the devices get turned on. Then I do printing, and it's random. It could go on for an hour, 2 hours, or yesterday's case, it went on for like 3 hours, and then it turned off automatically. And I was in the middle of printing, and then boom, like, how many plugs in? So 4 machines get turned off, boom. And each one of the machines were currently printing, so I lost prints for all 4 machines. There's no resume power settings on these machines. On the machines behind me, there's a good chance if power is lost, when you turn the machines back on, they have a good chance of resuming where they left off. But these little machines don't have that. And so yesterday I was printing again at night, and fortunately all the prints had finished, and I was in a different room watching some TV. Then I hear the relay of the surge protector, click off, make a noise, clunk. So I get up, I come take a look, and it turned off all the machines automatically. Fortunately, the machines were already finished and they had cooled down, so it was no loss. But so I'm in the process of looking to replace the surge protector with something old school, something that I can physically turn on and off and not have anything using an app. So I don't know why it just turned off like that. So I have a surge protector's it's like a 4,000 joule one, and so I'm thinking of getting that. And if that works out, then I'll replace all of them with that, and I'll just go something more reliable, something old school rather than a smart device. Of course, I can still hook up a smart device to the battery backup. One of these Amazon smart plugs, so I can turn on all of I could turn on the surge protectors, and if the surge protectors are on, all of the machines would get turned on. So I can still do that if I want a smart device hooked up. But instead of it's so anyway, I'm working on that now because like I said, yesterday I lost prints, and so I'm not printing at the moment, but I will resume printing tonight, where I can watch it because later on I gotta run an errand, so I won't be able to look at the machines for a long running print. And I do have several long running prints. Example, this may not look like much. This is the stand for the captain's chair for the VSS bridge. It actually takes about 3 hours to print. And on normal print settings, if I increase the speed, I could do it about an hour and a half. But so yesterday I was printing something. I was printing these feet actually. I don't remember how long it takes these feet to print. But it's like an hour or something like that. This is also for the captain's chair. And so I had these on different machines. They print 3 per machine. So I had them on 4 machines. And boom, they turn off. So I lost all of those. So 4 machines, 3 of them, 3 times 4, so it's 12. So boom, lost 12 prints all at once. And they surprisingly they do take long to print those little feet. They're not they're small, but they don't take a short time. So anyway, that's hey, I got comments. Sorry. Let me post this. Hey, hello, Chad. Let's see. Is that all you're doing now, or is stuff for the VSS, or are you doing going to put stuff back in the store? I'm working on the store right now. In terms of the VSS, it's design, so nothing about printing. But so I'm taking advantage of that, and I'm doing things for the store. What I'm doing for the store, actually, I got some new stuff coming up. I got some old stuff that I'm resurrecting and putting them back on. I got a bunch of these small little micro SD cards for each printer. So leading up to JoeFest, just racing against time, I started to which printer is available? Oh, let's just put this one here. So I would have to copy a file, put it on that printer, and then so put on one of these micro SD cards, and then start printing. And then when that finishes, okay, that print has finished. Here's another printer that's available. Let me go ahead. So I take another one, and so now I have. Long story. I have a bunch of small printers doing things for the store and doing things for the VSS. Now it's well, what has what? Sometimes it became there's a printer that is available, so I would take out the SD card from one machine because it has files on there that I can use. So instead of taking time to copy on this existing card, I would swap the cards. And for example, one of these cards might have something in gray for gray plastic. Then I need to print that same thing in white for white plastic. So I would just take it out and I'll just put into the machine with the white plastic. And so anyway, what I have now is a mess of not knowing what I have on what card in what machine. So I'm taking advantage of that too, and I'm trying to organize all of the cards with the items that need to get printed. So I'm printing things like the consoles. Those are in demand right now. So I got gray consoles being printed. I got black consoles also being printed. I got stuff for the examination tables that I need to put back in. There's a number of the old gray, well, these are not old, but the gray pedestal stands for some consoles. So I'm putting those back on. The VSS chairs are in demand, so I have to print those. There's been several orders for VSS Bridge stuff. So that includes 4 regular chairs and 1 captain's chair. So I've been printing the captain's chair, and I have to focus now also on doing the 4 regular chairs. So it's going on like that. So I am taking advantage of organization right now. And what I don't like is the machines turning off when I'm trying to print these. Because like the regular chairs, I have, oh yeah, well, at least the captain's chair, and that takes about 3 hours to read the print. And the backing part for it takes like an hour and a half for it. And so each chair takes hours to do, and I can't have the machines turning off. Unfortunately, I don't have old style replacement plugs that I can just simply plug in the printers. That's why I'm trying to order some right now. And standard wall sockets are just 2 plugs. They don't reach my battery backup. So I have like a battery backup right here. So I'll just show you real fast. Well, let me take this off then. Where is it? So you can see right there, set up here. I got some things connected. Unfortunately, some of the wires on some of these are a bit short, so they don't give like long wires for them. So I have them plugged into like these devices up there. I can't stretch the wire anymore. And this one I got 1 socket free, but everything else is plugged in for computers and things like that. But I'm going to see if I can maybe salvage a plug from someplace else and kind of temporarily reuse it. Oh, what happened to my mouse? Okay, not coming. What are you bringing back, the lab or tactical table? Both, actually. I got some requests to bring back lab stuff. I have, I thought I had a white one here. Where is it? I have an incomplete one. Well, oh, yeah. So I have an incomplete one because it's not on the store. I can't just reference it yet. But a while ago, I posted a picture of a cart, a medical cart, and people liked it. So I've been printing the pieces to do it. This is obviously is an incomplete one, and the glare from the windows, can't see the details or anything like that. But so I am working on bringing this into the store. So I am trying to build up the parts for it. So I got like some pieces here. So I am trying to make these available soon because there's been a lot of requests for this. Let's see, I'll put it here. Hope I don't forget. So yeah, lab stuff. I'm trying to get lab stuff back. These are not the resin print lab stuff yet. These would be like some tables, things like that. Consoles are always in demand. People like consoles. I have these kiosk-like consoles that I showed over at JoeFest. These are easy to print. I have several of them done, like in terms of inventory. They do take some laser cut parts, so I'm going to be laser cutting the front part. But they do, I am building up the inventory for these, and you can use them in multiple ways. You can press them against the wall without the stand, and it'll look like something that's part of the wall, especially if you have several of them. And show you the size of it to a figure. So here's a Marauder's figure, and so about the same height. Well, it's about here. So you can imagine with a display attached to it, the keyboard section. It'll be appropriate for a Marauder's figure. And that's basically it for there. I am taking requests. People are coming up with ideas. Bring back this, bring back that, and I am listening to those, and I'm trying to make those available as well. There's been requests for some new stuff, so I'm trying to put new stuff on there too. But that usually either starting a design from scratch or modifying an older design and bringing it up to modern stuff and make that available. So I am working on those kinds of things, but I'm trying to bring the old stuff back, and people have made requests, and I'm trying to put back into the store based on those requests as priority. Let's see what else. Let me check Facebook here, because not all comments get put on. Let's see, because of Facebook permissions, if it's posted on my personal wall, I won't see the comment. So let me check my personal wall thing. Okay, no comments there. Okay, let me go back to StreamYard. So in terms of the VSS, the other thing too is that it is an opportunity in terms of the overall design to make changes, the drastic changes. So I am looking into that. For example, the way, if you look at pictures at JoeFest, if you see the thruster parts, the hinge doors that go around the thrusters is it's like a semicircle cut, so the thrusters poke through it, and the doors hinge flat when they're closed. So it's like a 90-degree straight wall. But I notice it looks better if it's angled. So if I can just taper the angle of the rear of the engine room area with the thrusters coming out, that will look a lot better. So I'm going to make that kind of change, little things. Oh, hey, another. What about the computer stands for the towers? Yeah, these things. I just had one. Yes. So what I'm also doing with these is that I'm trying to make, this is not a good example, but I'm trying to make these pedestal stands. That's what I call them, because it looks like a pedestal. I do have an update with the keyboard stuff, and this is not the proper one to show, but I don't have a proper one to show. So it must be in the JoeFest box. But anyways, these trays take an acrylic keyboard, and so they mount basically here with an acrylic keyboard, and I'm trying to do it where I could have an acrylic display. So I am looking into that part. But yeah, I do have these updated also. So you'll see the old stuff like this, and you also see some new ones, which I have right here. Oh, yeah. No, I still can't. Some new ones where the displays can be modular and they can be inserted into the top part here. So I'm not quite happy the way the top part came out. So I may be printing the top section separately as a separate piece, keeping the keeping this kind of look, but with a different attachment. So I can attach the top part, which would be just that, you know. And so that way we can put different kinds of acrylic, the thick green acrylic or the thinner white acrylic. The idea is to be able to put things like this in there. This is a bit oversized, but you get the idea. You know, this one still's got the paper backing, you know, and have some sort of keyboard on the bottom. So I am working on this, but these will be new ones, new pedestal consoles coming as well. And let's see. But I do have, you know, so I am trying to build up the inventory for the these console stands. So, you know, I got 2 right here. I think I only got 2 right there. Those 2 are going to an order that was just made. So I'm working on that. My voice is getting dry. I do have other modular type consoles that are coming. Here's an older prototype I have shown in a different video, but you know, little devices I can't really see with the glare. Maybe I put a shadow on my hands, it's a shadow. So I've got little these boxes. They're basically set up so you can stack them. And so all I'm doing is just working out a better way to stack them. And I'm thinking Lego style of stacking or something like that. I'm not quite sure yet. I do have, and the reason why I'm not sure is because I do have the peg system that worked really, really good for the VSS. And yeah, my voice. And so the peg system works very, very good for the VSS. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I could use the peg system from that into these into the regular props. And I do have different sizes of those pegs system of those pegs, and they do work very, very well. So I'm trying to see if I have any that are out that I can show, but I don't think I do. Let's see what else. Yeah. So those are the. Oh yeah. So I was saying about the VSS. So I am in the process of designing a new way to attach the beams through screws, so that way they can be easily disassembled, and you can attach them in other ways and make a different kind of project, a different shape. So that also gives another opportunity on designing a better way to attach the LED light strips. And I think this is another big topic for the VSS, as well as large projects. A lot of people, it seems, have not really experimented or have a lot of experience in messing around with the LED light strips. You know, they get a light strip, they stretch it out, and they plug it in. It works. But there's a lot of options in terms of splicing and making the light strips go off in different directions and for different uses. So the VSS, uses that. And what I didn't like how the VSS prototype was developing is that the LED strips for the lighting was a little bit convoluted. And I had always thought that if I were to redesign, what I would do first, let me give you an example. What I would do first is measure out the length of the LED strips where you cut them. And the reason is that, and I don't have any in front of me to show. Oh, yes, I do, right here. Okay, this is what I was looking for. So here's a strip. It's a good brand. It's called GoV, something like that. And so far, they have been very reliable. They do have a Chinese app that works with it. Fortunately, it seems like the Chinese apps they tend to be universal. I just say like that, in the sense that I suspect one company programmed the app and then licensed it out to different other companies or something like that, because it works. It works the same way. I have different brands. I use one app. They say install this brand. I try the app that I have already instead of installing another app, and it works. So it's like, okay, I don't have to. I could just use one app for all the Chinese stuff. So great. So anyways, so this brand, if you look at it very closely to the camera, you cut right here with this black line that has a little scissor icon. So you cut that in half. But the thing is that every so often you have this area. Can't really see it, huh? So this is at the same length that you should be able to cut, but you can't. This is a non-cuttable part. So we have to basically go twice as long. Again, the glare from the window. Come on, can't even see the copper. Wow. Anyway, trust me. There's a copper cut right there. There's a copper cut right here, where my finger is, and one up here. In the middle, there's that non-cuttable area. So I didn't know that. So typically, the length that you need to cut is about this much. About 100 millimeters. It's almost as tall as a Joe figure. In this case, a Marauder figure. So, you could stretch it out 300 millimeters, three figures length, and then you come across this non-cuttable area, which is two figures length. So, by force, you have to have this long length. Well, at least this long length by force. Normally, it's just going to be just this long. So what I'm saying is that when it comes to designing the lighting system, you can go out this much, and then you have to cut and go out this way, and then you have to cut and then go out that way, and then you have to cut to go out this way. And just to work around the edges. If not, you're going to have LED lights going, in places where you need to put your hand in order to access the figure. So what I'm looking at is designing the top part for the lights, where I can have the length of the cut positions already known, and then I just design the prints for those, specifically for those lengths, and that should make things easier to set up, easier to control, put your hands through, and ultimately easier for someone else, not me, a customer, to order the parts, get the same kind of light strip, and then simply just attach the light strip to the parts and easily work with the VSS. So so I'm trying to take advantage of that as well. Okay, I think I covered all the points about this video. I don't. Where's the timer? I don't know how long it's been. Almost an hour. Maybe I can continue talking till the top of the hour, so it's maybe like 1 hour complete. Any further comments? I'm all ears. So. So anyways, last thing is, if you want to get a refund from Die Warriors for the Planet Green Valley items, go ahead and send off a private message with your order number, or an email to Die Warriors with your order number. If you paid through PayPal, it'll be fairly easy to get a refund. It takes PayPal like a day or two or something like that to process, so it's not instant. The other option, if it was through credit card, then credit card companies don't like the length of time that has passed, so we're looking into other options. Whether I write you a company check, or there's another service called Zelle. It's by Chase Bank apparently, and you can transfer money through it with just your name, phone number, and email. And so I'm looking into that as well. Okay, hey there, Alexis. Hey, long time no see. Since the last video, I think. I should have brought something to drink. My mouth is really dry, and I can hear my voice getting kind of croaky. So, any questions, or I'll continue to recap. I don't know if people get tired of me recapping, but so something new about the redesigned VSS parts. I don't know how much of it I'll do for the redesign, but the original prototype, I use wood for handling the weight of the parts that I was simply going to. Okay, the engine room was simply going to be slipped into the aft part of the VSS. So I made two drill holes in the MDF wood of the VSS, and I attached this section into the aft part of the VSS. Here's 2 holes. I was able to put two dowels in to lock into place on port and starboard side. So the wood, gives a lot of strength for that. So I went with wood. Unfortunately, wood also is very heavy when you start having lots of wood. So the back part of the VSS, felt light when you're just carrying it. But when you put the wood into the VSS, it wants to hang, because it's more of it is hanging off, and it becomes very heavy. It's like a seesaw in this part. So this part becomes very heavy. So what I'm thinking of doing is, using wood for the strength part, but where I can, I think I'm going to switch to something lighter, either foam board or poster board. And I'm leaning towards poster board because it's thinner, it's dense, it's like a very thick cardstock. And so I'm thinking of that. And part of the reason why it doesn't bother using that type of material is because I basically laminate the surface with styrene plastic. So the styrene, in this case, the styrene protects the wood. In the new case, it's going to be protecting whatever material, foam board, poster board. And of course, the beams themselves crisscross, and that's where the real strength is. So it should be just lighter. So that's what I'm thinking of doing for the new production part for the BSS. And well, with that said, I think I covered all the bases, all the stuff. I'm still in the process of redoing this room. You don't see very much progress because these things are in the way, but it's behind the table where there is significant cleanup. And so hopefully by next video, the section back there is going to be cleaned up. I'll have the posters for Conspiracy put in the back as the background. I hope to have this table, well, probably by then it'll still be here. But the idea is to move this table so it's that way rather than this way. And and on the good news is we got some machines I don't want to give too much detail about, but we got some machines coming, and so if I can master them, it'll help production. So, get things out on time, that kind of thing. Okay, last bit, those who are still waiting for orders, especially the bridge stuff, I hope to get your orders out this week. Hopefully tomorrow you'll get an email or something like that. I have to do laser cuts for many of them. So after this video, I'm going to start up the software for laser cutting and get that done. But boxes are already assembled, bagged up. I've cleaned up pieces. Oh, that's the other thing I want to ask. What y'all think about, instead of me spending a lot of time cleaning up the pieces, just sending the pieces not cleaned up, not filed, just bagging them and letting you guys do it. I'm saying it like that because our orders are increasing, okay, and it's basically just me. So I print everything and then I clean everything up, make sure everything fits, and then I put it into the bag and I send it out. I can speed up the process of sending things out if I can eliminate some of those steps. Part comes out, it looks okay. Maybe I can quickly test. It may have some cleanup issues. For example, this piece here, cleanup issue. All I have to do is just do that, cleaned up. Things like that, there may be parts that have, stringies that just need to get pulled off. But this, I don't have to really test other than eyeball, because I am quite confident it will fit into the back of the chair. So, if there's more about cleaning up, it takes a little bit more time. So I'm thinking, well, maybe something like that, easy cleanup, just to go ahead and skip the cleanup process myself, bag it, and send it out. That might cut down on some of the extra time. Other than that, I'm trying to build up inventory. So, but 3D printing is a slow process. Don't let anyone fool you into thinking otherwise. The more printers you have, if you have to clean things up, the more time it will take. So yeah, you can print multiple items, cut down on multiple steps, and that's a time saver. But still, printing is slow compared to injection molding, compared to laser cutting. It is slow. Especially the higher the resolution, the slower it will be, because to print something this much, this is printing finer, it's going to take longer. So, okay, folks, approaching the top of the hour. We got about 7 minutes more to go. Last minute questions? Any questions? Going once, going twice? Questions about conspiracy. We're still doing the Kickstarter. Development at the studio level is still going on. It's rather exciting because we have a number of gear that hasn't been shown, that it's actually quite interesting. So yeah, as you know, we're doing aliens and astronauts, and the the studio's renderings of both of those items are extremely impressive. And when we move further along, I'll post more pictures. So I'm still using the pictures from JoeFest as the standard, but I'll be updating those. And so we are moving towards the Kickstarter. So save your money, at least for next year. Okay. So nothing scheduled in terms of Kickstarter for this year. So other Kickstarters out there, support them. And when it comes time to do the Die Warrior Kickstarter, please support us. And remember, it's basically just me, and the design studio. My wife, who does the bagging, and the shipping, and the accounting. So it's really a family, 2-person company here, not including the studio, and hopefully later the factories. So, but talk about the design process. It's quite a bit, quite a bit. Okay, half a minute, just a few seconds, and it will be top of the hour. 3, 2, 1. It's been 1 hour on video. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching. I'll try to post another video hopefully next week. If not, maybe the following week, a 2-week thing. I'm trying to be a bit regular, at least on updates. So it was like, 2 weeks, 3 weeks since the last update. So, definitely once a month at least. So, okay. If you have questions, please send me a private message or email. If you're interested in refunds for your Planet Green Valley order, again, private message or email. Please include your order number, and we'll try to get you your refund ASAP. Okay. talk with y'all later. And no, bye. I don't have any clever ending, so like happy collecting or something like that. All right, stay safe.